Alrighty, hello everybody. We are live once again. Good evening. Let me just start out by apologizing. We completed Disco Elysium last night, so the good games are over. We've played the best. So now, here's the rest. Hey Nicola, how's it going? Welcome. Happy you could join during a Song of Horror, this game that is kind of annoying. All right, there we go. I also don't like how this one kind of stops the game audio when I switch over to my second monitor. I've noticed some games do that and others do not. It'd be nice if it stayed consistent and always played. A few things about this game before we get started. So I have a guide up ready to go just for our next puzzle, because I remember being stuck not knowing what keys I should pick up out of this mound, this mass of keys. So I have that ready to go, so we can just continue on. And secondly, I think we might play the rest of the game on this easier, no permadeath difficulty, because I was reading some stuff while looking up this key puzzle situation, and apparently there are certain characters in each episode that if they die, regardless of not running out of other characters, it's just instant over and you have to restart the whole chapter because they have to survive, which is kind of garbage in my opinion. And then something else, there are certain characters that if they die, if you let them get killed, they come back as a vengeful ghost and insta-kill anyone and everyone you're playing as. A few things about this game. It sucks. Yes, we will be on kid mode for the rest of the game, I think. Yeah, I'm happy I read about some of those permadeath issues now instead of later, because I was already annoyed after the first episode, kind of having to replay the entire episode off stream to catch up to where we were at. But the fact that you can end up doing that anyways, even without running out of characters, is pretty garbage. And especially not knowing that. And the fact that, you know, some characters can come back as an insta-kill ghost. Not a fan. Not a fan. How's it going tonight, Dog Nozzle? Welcome to the lesser of the games that I'm streaming. Oh boy. Did we solve the dragon puzzle box thing last time we played in the end? Yes, we did. We did get that puzzle box open. Let's just hit continue here and launch right into this mess. Evil music. Okay, all right. So I'm going right into this key situation, and now the music is going to go away as I pull up the guide to figure out what keys I'm supposed to take, because I am not spending the entire stream figuring out what keys I should take and then running around back and forth permadying all stream. Okay, so first row, take the third key from the left. Second row, don't take any keys. Third row, take the first key from the left. Fourth row, take the fifth key. 2, 3, 4, 5. from the left.
Good.
Okay, I think these keys open the shop storage units. Okay, we got it. Poor Song of Horror. We like you too, little game. Yeah. Okay, keys to the storage room. 3 keys found in Erica Farber's flat. They open the shop's storage rooms. None of them look alike, and yet you'd think they all do the same thing. Okay, all right, let me close this down. There we go. Like somehow just guessed the right combo. Yeah, there was this where's my journal stuff? Yeah, instructions on keys. There was this whole thing where it kind of explained like each color or style, but it's so like vague, plus the fact that I had no idea, like we have no idea what keys we even want and for why. It's weird. Yeah, it's like a whole ass riddle, no thanks. Yeah, exactly. I was not a big fan of that. Oh, so for example, what I was explaining before, this character, Daniel, if you decided to select him first, like in this chapter, because you're like, oh, Daniel was the guy we played as in the prelude at the very beginning of the game. If he died, even though you had like 4 other characters to play as, game over. You got to replay the entire chapter. All right, we don't see a thing in that pile of clothes. I think we got to find some more piles of clothes. Oh, that's right. I should be listening at doors. I almost forgot about that. Oh, okay, we don't have a listening mechanic here. Daniel gonna fuck your life up. That's right. Okay, I'm not seeing like any other pile of clothes. Okay, game. All right, we're getting off to an annoying start here. Yeah, several photo albums. Daniel does not care. Okay, all right, cool jackets. All very cool jackets. For sure. What about here? Sounds fine. Ah, okay, there's a pile of clothes. Daniel, are you really going to rummage through a young lady's dirty clothes? I'm sure the judge will believe your explanation. Judge, I was just playing a video game. I swear. Didn't find a thing. All right, we gotta find another pile of clothes. One more pile, I believe. Oh wait, this is the exit. Okay. So what about that these double doors over here? Okay, sounds fine. All right. Erica, dead Erica. And you got here's a pile of clothes on the floor. I'd really love not having to do this. Well, you can't always get what you want, Daniel. So get in there and get a good one. Nothing here either. Okay, is there a fourth set of clothes? Because, I know we're supposed to find something. They should at least tell you that the character is critical to the whole playthrough or something to that effect. Yeah, that would be nice. I mean, I don't know if... I'm trying to think. I know there's some old survival horror games where you can really kind of screw yourself to where you can't complete the game, like isn't like Code Veronica like the classic version like that? That's a Resident Evil game that I've yet to play, mostly because of that aspect. And I think that Siren, is it called Siren? I think that game you can kind of like screw yourself from completing it. Neither of those are like permadeath situations, but it might be like an ammo situation where you just kind of like run out of ammo and you don't have any way to fight anything during like the second half of the game. Well, here we go again. Get in there, Daniel. Finally, there's something here. All right, we got a small key found among Erica Farber's dirty laundry. She won't mind because we got her dead last time we streamed this. It almost seems like a toy. Let's see, a lot of knives. I have no clue what half of them are for. Who knows how long the dishes have gone unwashed? Good God, there must be all kinds of shit in there. Yes, a good thing we already found the key. The plant is dead and the soil is dry as a bone. A camera conveniently tucked away with books and a travel guide. Let's see. Erica Farber has quite the record collection, rock classics, including the iconic single Stairway to Heaven. Overrated. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Nice record player. I don't know why, but it makes me want to play music from back in my day. Oh, arcade. We have the classic arcade game, Arcade. Erica Farber must love these machines. I've never really found their appeal, honestly. You know what? You're getting permadead, Daniel. Just because of that, arcade games are fun. Classic rock and jazz albums, good taste. This projector reminds me of lazy summer nights watching movies with friends. Sophie loves this kind of modern furniture. B-movie horror films, I love how unpretentious they are and little else, to be honest. Okay, all right, let's see if we can do the thing with the spider. I'm hoping we weren't able to before because we had to hit a trigger in finding our bonus keys. I forget which room it is though. Not that one. No spiders in the bathroom. Let's see. Oh, okay. Question mark in the study. So I guess this door right here. Yes. Okay, I do not understand why. Do I have to? Yes, it's good for all pets, including big spiders. Okay, let me before we move on from here, let me pull this stupid thing up and see if what I am missing. Okay. Yes, there's a glass case with a live spider in it on the far side of the next room. Use the pet food on the case to make the spider retreat, then reach inside and collect the golden coin. It won't let me. It won't let me. I don't understand why it won't let me. All I want to do is give you this pet food. Am I supposed to do something with the pet food prior to it? Yeah, we did the clothing thing. Yeah, we got that. We haven't been there. I guess as long as we don't need the coin to complete the chapter, if it's like really glitched out, then maybe we won't care. All right. Yeah, I'm not getting my use thing. So bizarre. I do not understand it. Let's see. Music from back in my day. Let's put on Skater Boy by Avril Lavigne. My day music. I was all over the place with music back in my day, especially with discovering new music, but I guess like the big ones on the radio was all like the like 90s, 90s rock, like your your Smashing Pumpkins, your Rage Against the Machines, your Pearl Jams, your Nirvanas. Even still, like your Metallica's even going a little more metal, but that was still really popular on the radio. All right, let's get out of here and see if we can get into that shed finally. Yes, I can see the tool. Oh. Hello, sir. You doing okay there? Um. Wait, how do we open the window? All right, I'm gonna do. I wasn't meaning to do this, but I know. I thought we had what we needed. Did we? Wait. I thought we got that, and it's not in our inventory anymore. Um. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, I hate this game. I hate this game so much. Oh. All right, I'm happy I looked that up because it's garbage. So we need the wrench to open that window. We had the wrench earlier in this chapter. We used it to open up a drawer. However, once we opened up the drawer, it didn't go back into the inventory. I guess we just dropped it. So we have to re-get it. All right. Okay, that gentleman appears to be gone. All right, how do we get back to the shop? All right, guess we'll continue this way. Get our dumb wrench back, and then go all the way back to Erica's apartment building. Okay, yeah, I think it was on the other side of the room. Let's go check on that. No, Daniel, this way. This.
Hurry, get away from this mess.
God, here we go. Did we survive? Okay.
What the bloody hell just happened?
Oh, you should be used to it by now. Let's see. I was more Green Day, Blink-182, Sum 41, etc. But I shamelessly love Avril. Yeah, I remember hearing some Blink-182 even in my day. I know the big one before they got like super popular with like multiple songs per album on the radio. Damn It Growing Up was the big one that I remember hearing initially. Always like that one. It's a pretty catchy. There it is. There's our wrench again. All right, let's get out of here. Back to Erica's apartment building. Oh, Daniel, no. You will go back to her apartment building. No, this way. Exits. Can we throw a chair through the window, maybe? Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? All right, soon we will be getting into you, storage shed. Okay, let's head back up stairs. I think, yeah, first floor landing here is good enough for us.
Whoa. I hope the
Alright.
door can be opened from here.
Hopefully. Walter Sullivan, security, agent number 09534. Let's see, square torch, an old school torch with a clip attachment. Great, it's missing the light bulb. Oh, we have a light bulb right here. I can't use that here. Let's see, combine. There we go. All right, ultraviolet torch, an old school torch with a UVA light bulb. It emits ultraviolet light. I hope it has batteries. Plenty of tools to choose from, but I don't need any. All right, I guess that's everything we needed here. All right. Let's see. For a second, I thought the flashlight we were holding was a camera, and I thought it was another Saxton Snapper experience, but no, it's a light. Sadly, doesn't seem like there's much in the way of photography in this one. Okay, so, how do we get back to, we want to get into the dude's apartment with his, dark room. Was that resident access? All right, let's take a look. Oh, maybe not. All right, let's see if we can just kind of circle. Can we circle around? Oh, yeah, there's a door right here. All right, hiding place in there. But let us head into here. Okay, and this just takes us back to the store. Okay. All right. I think we just need to head back outside. His apartment must be in one of the other buildings. Oh, nope, Daniel. This way, back to the exits. Yes, I know we are running in circles. Lots and lots of circles. Oh, wait. Yeah, was it this way? Ah, yes. Okay, okay. All right, and... Okay, the dark room. So we need to do door on the right and then second door. Door on the right, second door. I think I'm missing ingredients to mix here. Really? So I know we got the hydrogen peroxide. Are we supposed to use that with like the no? All right. Okay. Let's hold on one second. Oh, all right. Okay, okay. We're on the right track now. I see what I did wrong. We got to go back to Erica's apartment. I'm blaming this confusion less on the game actually, and just me not remembering quite what we did last time we streamed this game. I forgot there was a locked thing in Erica's apartment that we now have the key for. So that's more my bad and not game bad. All right, let's head out here and go back to Erica's apartment. Okay, and go upstairs a bunch of times. Oh yeah, and something I should be doing, something else I also read about this game. The more you run, the more ghost encounters you get. So if you just walk... Nope, Daniel. Upstairs, if you just walk, you get less ghost encounters. But my god, he walks slow. We want to run. Was it this apartment? Yes, okay. All right. So it's in one of the bathrooms. Let's check this one. No. I think it's the other one. Let's see. Okay, so we head into here. Yeah, ghosts hate running. They certainly do. They are officially the people, or I guess like teachers in school that would yell at someone running down the hallway. Stop running, except deadly. There we go. All right. Small key. This bottle looks useful. An unopened bottle of luminol. So this says there's 150 milligrams. Nothing interesting in there. Okay. All right, and while we're here, one last check with this damn spider. Still doesn't let me. We're not supposed. Like, how would we put like the Yeah, I have no idea how to do that either. Don't put pet food into a spray bottle, Daniel. You crazy person. All right, well, let's hope we don't actually need those coins to complete the chapter. Maybe it's just vague clues or for, you know, completionist's sake, but we aren't going for any 100% here. We are just trying to get through the game. Okay, so back to Isaac Farber's apartment. Into the dark room. Nope, Daniel. Daniel in the dark room. Daniel in the dark room. Yeah, let us feed the spider. That's all we want to do. Okay, and how do we get back? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, let's just go back into the store. Oh, yeah. Here it is. This way. Okay, so dark room. Okay, take the door on the right. Second door. Okay. All right, and I think I'm going to cheat this one because this puzzle looks very complex, and I'm not sitting here writing down measurements of things. So I am going to just follow this, and then we'll go back to doing things as normal. Okay. Let's see. So this, we're apparently supposed to drain to 225. I don't even know what happens if you fuck this up. Okay, I hope that's good enough. I'll check this one out. Bottle B, drain until you hear 4 bubble sounds, then stop draining it. You need to stop the draining as soon as you hear the 4th bubble sound. However, if the 4 bubble sounds doesn't work, try 5. This might differ on other playthroughs. Not sure. There was a puzzle kind of like this in a recent Resident Evil game. Can't remember which one. Maybe RE2 remake. Oh, maybe. I don't specifically remember. I did play 2 make. Liked it quite a lot. But I only played like the Claire campaign. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of puzzles like these, and they've been around forever. I remember stuff like this in old adventure games even. Okay, so all right, I'm gonna try listening for a bubble. Okay, okay, this one we drain to 100. And this one drained to 200. All right, I think I managed not to screw this up. Now I just need a way to carry this stuff. Okay, all right. All right, let me close that down and let's get our spray bottle here. Done, the developer is all set. A spray bottle filled with a dilution of luminol and hydrogen peroxide. I can use this to reveal old blood stains. I've always wanted to feel like a detective. All right. Okay, so we got the storage keys. So I guess let's head towards the basement looking area. Back at the store. And then I guess try to figure out what to do next from there. That's pretty tough to have to base it on the gurgling noises. Yeah. I have such a love-hate relationship with puzzles sometimes. Man, I like them when they're good, but even sometimes when they're good, it's just, oh God, I'm sick of it.
Sophie, are you okay?
I give up. I give up. This place. I shouldn't have come here.
Yeah, I figured. But we have our autosave thing set up, so I'm pretty sure we got her killed pretty early on in this episode, so
Sophie, are you okay?
yeah, we lost like everybody. Yeah, we're on the final character in this playthrough.
I can't help him anymore.
Yeah, you stay over there, Sophie.
Daniel, where are you?
There's no Daniel here.
It's so dark in here.
Okay, all right. So that door on the left is locked. Or wait. Oh, it's not. Oh, I'm in the wrong room. Oh, okay, we gotta go down here. Yeah, apparently characters you lose can show up and just auto kill you. All right, let's head on in to our new room. We got a little cutscene, all right.
Good. Time to play detective.
Can we take that crowbar for protection? Ah. Nothing interesting. I'm looking for a storage unit with a wardrobe. Yeah, that's kind of a neat gag as long as you don't have to worry too much about the permadeath. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking I might just keep the game on the, you know, no permadeath mode. Okay. Let's go this way. This must be like a maze situation. Hey! If anybody was sad at the lack of mannequins in this game, there's one down there. Okay, someone went in here. Nothing interesting. In a mannequin storage room. We need a whole room of mannequins. Oh, yes, we do. Okay, down this way. Okay, let's check in here. All right, this looks like a wardrobe. Nope, wrong one. Damn it, now I have to go back out there. Well, how do you know it's the wrong one? Okay, another mannequin room. Wait, no, we... Alright, game. Are you just, like, taking me into circles here? Uh-oh.
What the? Don't block that door. Oh God, what was that thing?
All right, man, I don't want to go back out there. All right, seems like we're off course here.
A wardrobe. This may be the storage room I'm looking for.
Okay, no, that's a mannequin room again.
Fuck! It's still around. Shit.
Yes. We hiding in the mannequin room. All right. That. Okay, where is this stupid wardrobe? Oh wait, no, that's, yeah, that's the exit, or where we came in from. All right, nothing interesting, as usual. All right, still nothing interesting. Yeah, it looked to me like there was one point where the trail seemed to lead to one of those metal fence grating things blocking the hallway. Yeah, and it didn't give us an option to do anything with it. This looks like it might be it. There we go.
Oh my god. Clearly, this is the wardrobe.
Sure is. Good bloody wardrobe.
What is this? Could Father have left it behind?
He could have.
It's gone. The box isn't here. I've got it. I've had it all this time. How could it be possible? What the devil is happening to me? I have to get to my office. I must wrap it and send it to its owners. LeGrand Amsberg. They're the ones who... My office. I'm going to... I hear them crawling all over and screaming. Erica, come to my office. We'll all be there.
Uh-oh. Doesn't sound good for Erica. Well... confirm this is the right lot, and yet the music box isn't here. I need to get the hell out of here ASAP and head towards Farber's house. All right. Okay, so now we gotta figure out how to get the hell out of the... Oh, good. Good. No map. All right, and we no longer have our spray. Which is great, because now I have no idea where our safe rooms are. Someone's been having a party in there.
Find Faber, if he's really in his office.
Okay, all right. Okay, so they mentioned both Farber's house and office, so I guess... maybe it's that room in Farber's apartment we couldn't get into, that had, like, the noise coming from it. All right. Yeah, I want to go back upstairs. All right, let's head back to Farber's apartment. Isaac Farber, again. Oh, I'm so happy that that encounter just led to an escape cutscene instead of having to find my way back out of that maze. Oh man, that would have been pretty rough. Hey Sophie, you still here? Doesn't seem like it. Okay, all right. Let's see. Okay, yeah, there's a locked door.
Let's see what's actually there.
Attaboy, Daniel.
Oh, fucking hell. God damn it.
He looks so happy. Jeez. He's like, Daniel.
God. I don't even want to think about what must have happened in his final moments. As he was hanging from that noose with the bloody music box on the table next. I don't want to think about it, but somehow, very deep within me, I know the song was playing throughout his agony, stalking him to the very frontier between life and death. God. At least we had found the music box, and we knew where it came from. The Grant Amsberg auction, it said, on the list of product lots, alongside an address. According to Husha, things had improved after returning the box to Faber. So by returning it to its owner, perhaps we might be able to solve all this. It sounded unlikely, but considering my hallucinations, the things we found at the antique shop, and Mr. Faber's terrible end, if it could all come to some good, we had to try it. Isolated far from the world, in a holiday manor that must be about 100 years old, the lady who owned the sinister box awaited us. For my little Ariadne read the engraving on the inside of the cover. Good. For her, then.
What a dump. Though the plot of land alone must be worth a fortune. Do you think the old granny will be here?
I don't know. The papers from the auction stated that the owner had sold most of her furniture, but that she still lived here. Miss Legrand? Hello? This place gives me the creeps. Hello? Are you Miss Legrand? Ariadne Legrand?
Amsberg.
Pardon me?
Legrand Amsberg. It's hyphenated.
Oh, well, my name is Daniel Neuer, and I work for a publishing firm. Through a series of chance occurrences, I found something I believe is yours. It seems crazy, but when you listen to it...
That's its box.
No, I think it belongs to you. On the cover, it says...
I wasn't speaking to you. Thank you for bringing it back, Mr. Neuer.
All right, we
Have
did
you
it.
listened to it?
Roll them
yes.
credits.
He has listened to it.
She is out of her mind. Well, at least she kept the box. Come on.
Right, let's get the hell out of here.
That same night.
Thanks for giving me a place to stay. I think the walls would come closing in on me if I were alone.
It's no trouble, Dan. You're going to be paying for any pizza, though.
Of course. You can sleep in your bed. I'll stay here on the couch.
Thank you, Your Majesty. Have a good rest, Sir Daniel.
You too. What? Hey, Lydia? Hold on.
Oh no, I thought things were back to normal.
Daniel, are you all right?
That had not been a nightmare. I was awake. For certain. It was a hallucination. A hallucination like those described by Faber in his letter, shortly before hanging himself from a beam in his office. A hallucination. Or something worse. Much worse. Had it done any good to return the music box to its owner? Husher might have the answer, but his whereabouts was still unknown, and his trail seemed to have gone cold as the days passed by. Perhaps in his office, somewhere in his papers. Among the documents he was researching while delving into the box's origins. Maybe there would be some clue in there as to where he had gone, or what he had done. Something that would help us to follow his footsteps. I had to find Sebastian Husher, but this time, my life depended on it.
All right. So that's the end of episode 2. So we got episode 3 ready to go here. These motion comics cutscenes are pretty nice looking. Yeah, it's not bad. Pretty good idea for like a super indie kind of a game, to not have to do the actual like cutscenes. All right, let's get into it. Episode 3, A Twisted Trail.
That had not been a nightmare. I was awake. For certain.
Seen it.
It was a hallucination. A hallucination like those described by Faber in his letter, shortly before hanging himself from a beam in his office. A hallucination. Or something worse. Much worse. Had it done any good to return the music box to its owner? Husher might have the answer, but his whereabouts was still unknown, and his trail seemed to have gone cold as the days passed by. Perhaps in his office, somewhere in his papers.
Yeah, like another mansion.
Among
like
the
all of these
documents he was
people either
researching
live or
while
work in
delving into the box's
gigantic
origins.
gigantic
Maybe there would
buildings
be some clue in there
with
as to where he
puzzles.
had gone, or what he had done. Something that would help us to follow his footsteps. I had to find Sebastian Husher, but this time, my life depended on it. Grace, a PhD student and Husher's mentee, and Professor Nasiri, one of his associates, gladly agreed to give us a hand with the search. They used to stay up late working in Husher's office, so that seemed like a good place to start.
We had no idea how serious the situation was. If we'd known about his family, those poor children.
I hope we can at least find out what exactly he was after and where he went.
There are some papers on his desk that haven't been touched since he left. We have a good chance of finding something there.
Lately, I feel like something odd has gotten into Professor Husher. I mean, apart from his usual oddities. He seemed anxious about something and looked like he hadn't slept properly in days. No offense, Mr. Neuer, but it looks like it's the same for you.
Don't worry, none taken. I'm well aware.
Sleep?
This is his desk.
What's that?
As you can see, there are a bunch of documents he uses as research for his novels.
It's all here. We better take a look at his computer and the shelves, too. The sooner we get started, the sooner we'll find something out. Look at this here. There are some notes where he mentions the music box, but I can't quite understand what he means. AA375 is underlined.
AA, that's how the documents in the Donations and Biographies archive are designated. Maybe he was looking for something there.
Biographies. Let's start with the archive, then. Where is it?
Donations and Biographies are on the basement level.
Of course.
I'm sure it will be closed, but we can easily find the janitor or a key. It's not a very busy area.
Basement level, of course. All right, let's see who we have here. So we got Daniel, we got Omar, and Grace. I guess we'll just start as Daniel. Yeah. Okay. I guess it does tell you. All right. Yeah. Daniel's story must continue. If you lose him, you'll have to restart the episode. Yeah. We're gonna keep playing on the no permadeath mode. So, her special item is caffeine pills. Oh, wait. Oh, why can't I, why can't I select the other people again? Oh, there we go. Okay, Omar's special object are reading glasses and yeah, there we go. Caffeine pills, an energy boost for exam time. You know what? Let's play as Grace. Why not? Let's switch it up. I mean, we got permadeath off and everything.
I'll go take a look. You check out what else is in that notebook.
Let's switch it up a bit. Daniel can have a little a relaxing moment after the last episode. History Department Archives.
I don't remember this place being so scary.
I know, that's what happens when the haunted music takes over. Academically speaking, these books hold no value. They're just here for appearances, in my opinion. I don't know how I do it. I just need to see a water dispenser, and I'm thirsty. Nothing to do with Professor Husher, just books to be shelved. The snack machine is more popular than Omar would care to admit. What's Omar got against the snack machine? These folders with files in them shouldn't just be lying around here. They contain our personal details. These notes were made by the administrative staff. They don't contain anything useful. All right. Note from Professor Marino for Maxwell Glover, janitor of the history department. Mr. Glover, I tried to give you back your access card, but I couldn't find you. I thought you were in the downstairs control room, but I see you're not. Anyway, I'm going away for the long weekend, and I'm not going to wait for you to turn up. We don't all have as much free time as you. Go to the shelves of the subject taught by Professor Dunn. From there, stand in front of the shelves that will contain my surname. Oh God. All right. Count as many shelves to the right as the size of Dunn's hat and look on the upper shelves. You know, game, we're getting a little bit ridiculous here. Don't mistake the professor's hat for mine. They're very different. In fact, I'll take my own with me just to make sure. Goodbye and enjoy the long weekend. P.S. I'm not taking my hat in the end. Marino. Wait.
Marino. What a dick. Besides, he's got it in for Max.
Yeah, Marino is a dick. I agree. All right, just a little scribble on the back. So we got to find the shelves of the subject taught by Professor Dunn, which we don't know. From there, we have to stand in front of the shelves that will contain Marino's surname. Count as many shelves to the right as the size of Dunn's hat and look on the upper shelves. Wow, absolutely ridiculous. These damn fax machines, Omar doesn't believe me when I tell him their days are numbered. Oh, something in this box. Old copies of Newsworld. I don't know why they're here and not in the newspaper archive. Okay, let's check these rooms out here. Oh, nothing useful in the printer. I don't even think there's any paper. All right, let's listen in. Oh, okay. Joseph Michael Marino. Top hat made of black felt. Who did this hat belong to? I can see a label on the inside. 8B. I guess we can't take it. Cans left lying around and some professor's paperwork. There's another hat right here. Okay, and this is size 6. %100% felt, size 6. I don't think we revealed the, yeah, size 8. Okay, size 8 or size 6. Omar says I drink too much coffee. It's all right for him. He doesn't need to stay up till 4 in the morning studying. A newspaper from August. There's some student files here. I don't know what Marino would be doing with these. A couple bottles of whiskey. I wouldn't be surprised if Marino had a good slug of that before drafting his exams. The bust is in a terrible, terrible state. If only Marino would spend half the time tidying things up that he spends on annoying other people.
Oh, I don't like this.
Omar can say what he likes, but I think that keeping bugs with pins stuck through them is a bit psycho.
That was weird as fuck.
Sure was. Okay. And we got a list of classes. So let me see here. Okay, Professor Dunn. So this is Marino's office. So maybe the office next door is Professor Dunn. Okay, so we got the 6 or the 8. We know Marino's name is Joseph something. All right, let's check the next office. Oh, Zachary Dunn. Let's listen in. Sounds fine. I'd sell my soul to the devil to have just half of Dunn's qualifications. Professor Dunn keeps all sorts of paperwork in here. I don't think it's any use to me. It's not normal to see the campus so dead at this time of year. I presume the renovation work has delayed the start of term. I could hide under Dunn's desk. I really hope it doesn't come to that. Dunn is such a nice professor. He always lends me books when I come to his office. Let's see, 12:30 exam. Some lines of investigation to follow are noted here. Unless the thing in the other professor's office was right, and we got a 12:30 exam Wednesday the 16th. Okay, 12:30 exam Wednesday. Enough of that. Oh yeah, it's out there. Okay, sounds like it's moved on. All right, let's see. 12:30 exam, Wednesday the 16th. Okay, let's see. 16th. Okay, French first term. French first term. Okay, all right. Joseph Michael. Joseph Michael, French first term, and either a 6 or an 8. The cleaning staff wouldn't normally leave a trolley here in the way. Where have they got to? I don't think Professor Husher would have found anything of value in these old newspapers. Shelf A. Professor Husher usually smokes in his office when I come for my thesis reviews. Maybe he's been investigating something with this projector. I remember seeing that useless Marino with a similar notebook. Maybe it's his, but it won't be me that takes it to his office. I think Marino made these notes. They don't help me. Look at all these boxes on the floor. What happened here? All right. Shelf Y. Is there like a guide? Because they're not giving me like the subject. Like it's by letters, not by subject. Oh shit.
We need a place to hide. Move, come on.
shelfie.
What the hell was that?
Maybe it would be nice if what we're looking for was on shelf E. Shelf E. We made it. Yes, we we did it. All right. Let's head back out. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't be running. Ah, is this okay, good. All right. Languages, basic science, literature. So shelf I, if we're alphabetizing it like that. Oh, oh, okay. I think it's by name. So Marino. So okay, shelf I. All right, let's see about finding shelf I. But first, His Majesty the Sultan Omar I of the History Department feels that these machines sully the academic purity of the archive. It makes me laugh when he gets all fuzzy. Dude really has it in for candy. What do we have here? Caricature, a funny cartoon of one of the professors. Ha 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 ha! History! Ha ha ha! Oh, it's so funny. Okay, so if that's supposed to be Marino, that's a bigger top hat, so I guess size 8 would be the correct size. Okay, shelf I. So, what do we need to do here? Okay. Oh, go to the shelves. Oh, done. No, that should still be because that's through Marino. A through Marino. From there, stand in front of the shelves that would contain my surname. Count as many shelves to the right as the side of Dunn's hat. So to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and top shelf. No. So I'm just gonna check all the top shelves. if it's not... Maybe this one? Okay, stand in front of the shelves. Count as many... Oh, wait. Okay, so if we're standing in front, then it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or let's see. This Omar guy seems like a real piece of work. Sure does. Who doesn't like snacks? Come on. All right, you know what I'm going to do? We gave it a good, the good old college try. Okay, let's, oh, really? Really? I'm annoyed. I was assuming the hat was size 8 because of the drawing was the big hat, but apparently it's the smaller hat. Oh. Hi. Okay, so the okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I swear I checked this one. Here it is, Marino. I've worked out your amusing little riddle. Next time, leave Maxwell alone and put it on who I say. All right, magnetic card. A card with a magnetic strip on the back. It's the janitor Maxwell Glover's access card. It opens the cleaning room and the administration office, rather. Okay, all right, we got what we need. I know, I was pretty upset by this puzzle too. Nope. It sounds fine. Yes, we have our access card. Let's go ahead and use that. Even in the Archives Administration Office, there's unclassified materials strewn around. Maxwell's recording. Voice recording of Maxwell, the History Department janitor. Let's listen.
I just saw something weird as fuck.
Weird as fuck.
Because Miss Claire doesn't like me smoking near the books, even though the students do it all the time. When I came back, the slide machine had switched on by itself. Professor Husher once mentioned that the same thing had happened to him, so I thought it was just acting up again. I went to turn it off, and I saw there was a picture of the old archive door projected on the screen. Then the door started to open. I couldn't look away, and when it opened a bit more, I could have sworn I saw the control room from downstairs. And not just that, there was someone in there holding the release lever. It was me. I was in there. I pulled the cable, took the slides, and got the hell out of there. That's all you want, but now, I'm scared to go back downstairs.
I guess I would be too. Various reminders like complete files 20 to 42, they're not very interesting. This dirt is really weird. It doesn't seem like it's just down to a lack of cleaning. Alright. Sounds fine. Alright, down, down, down we go. The dark descent. I'm a little nervous that we've only found one hiding place so far. And that's way, way back up. In like the offices on the outsides of the archive. This summer's renovation work has left everything a right mess. Okay, we got a couple of doors. Yeah, that one sounds fine. Oh, okay, the lockers. Oh, okay, we got a hiding space right here. Thank you, game. Very, very kind of you. I think that that little thing is extra scary because it really like gets to a point where it's like, oh, the door's like wide open and they're just gonna blast on through. Okay, I guess it's cleared out. Off topic, but something kind of funny. Ever since the Doki Doki Literature Club stream, now whenever a game has a fourth wall breaking shenanigans, I always think, hi, Monica. Ah, yes, Monica. Just Monica. Let's see. I watched a stream of Immortality recently, and that game has a ton of that kind of thing. Oh yeah, was that the Hexcrank one? Because I know Cole, I believe, was running that one. I'm avoiding that right now because I might do that one in the future. Just for yeah, Cole stream. Cool. Was it good? Let's see, Maxwell, where are you? It's weird not seeing you over at the other side, smiling as always. All right, a handful of lines that don't seem to make much sense. This door, the door from the slides. I could see myself behind it, and now it's real, and I can open it. The image from the door, or the image from the slides is a door. I can get the chain off, but I'm going to need the key. I need to open it in order to get out. It's all so dark, but if I can get out, maybe there is a light out there. Okay, so we need to get access to a door that's just in like a photography form in some slides. All right, before we hit that lever, let's just take a look around. It's neat. I don't know that it's necessarily that fun to play, but it's wildly creative. Hey, that goes perfectly with this game. Although I wouldn't say this is wildly creative. Yeah, okay, that sounds fine. Okay, the door to the old archive, the lever has to be held down to open it. Okay, so that's the door for with the lever in here. Let's check out the other door first. Listen in once more. That sounds fine. All right, power adapter, double-ended cable, one end to plug into the socket and the other to connect to an electrical device. With this, I can plug an electrical appliance into the power supply. How exciting. This is all in the middle of being filed away. The door is ajar. Should I open the door and go in? All right, is this our insta death trap? Let's check it out. Oh, no. Okay. There is one closed file and another that only contains old documents. Nothing helpful. Oh, shears, a scissor-like tool used to cut metal. They must belong to people who were working on the renovations. Very cool. We will take that. Okay, let's get into these archives. The old archives. Let's see what the hell's going on down there. Oh no, we're stuck on something. Okay, there we go.
I have to find a way to keep this lever pressed down if I want to get into the archive.
Can we tie it down with this power adapter? Nope. Okay, never mind, we're not going into the old archives. Let's head back upstairs, maybe have another look around. I'm sure we probably missed something in that the big main area. Let's see, anything? Anything to hold down a lever? Oh, was there? No. Yeah, nothing on that. The more shocking part is that the door was actually unlocked. I know. It's always shocking when there's an unlocked door. If I follow the cigarette trail, I might just discover everything Husher has written down. Shame these notes don't tell me much. All right, let's check down here again. Whole bunch of nothing. Oh, okay, a slide projector. We don't have anything. Ah, okay, there we go.
Okay, I got this working. Let's see.
Yeah, but we don't have any slides. All right, well, at least we got that working. But we still need to find something to hold the lever down. And then I'm assuming we're gonna use that. We gotta find the slide with the door and then I guess walk through the screen, which is fun. I like that. Kind of like a reverse Ringu. Oh, what's... Oh, yeah, I don't think we've been in here. Okay. I guess the stuff that your character says when looking at items in this game must be quite different based on what character you've chosen. Like, for example, Daniel wouldn't know about this workplace tension within the university. Yeah, that's true. I guess that kind of makes it fun. Like I really see what they were going, like, you know, you have like the permadeath thing and maybe some unfair ones, but it gives you a chance to check out like the different characters, I guess. It's just, you know, imperfect. I don't see any need to pick up any of these tools. Yeah, why would we need tools? The sink is ridiculously small. I can't imagine even filling up a mop bucket here. That was a garbage sink. Ah, slides. A set of slides. They are designed to be projected onto a white screen. I don't get what these pictures show or who took them. Oh, I see some shadowy stuff in that. I wonder if that's like a instant death slide. Ah, there's a chained up door right there. A little Silent Hill 4, The Room, a door, which then I remember being repeated in Visage or Visage. Cleaning products ready to use. That is a game I thought about running on stream sometime, Visage. But then I recently watched a stream of it, and seeing how aggravated the streamer was at that game really turned me off and reminded me how aggravated I got pretty early on. So I might not even bother trying to stream that one. Maybe we can get something in the projected door room to hold down the old archives. So let's check out the projector situation here. Let's see, like you can see how maybe you want to play through it with different characters to get a different experience, but the game isn't quite good enough to want to play it multiple times and look for collectibles and stuff. Oh yeah. This is definitely a one and done kind of thing for me. You know, complaints aside, it's pretty enjoyable and I'm interested in seeing where it's gonna go. But yeah, oh god, playing this over and over again, not for me. We do seem to be quite well at working through the characters. Oh my god, not anymore. We got permadeath off. We're not doing that. Okay, let's there's some angry rats. That one seems like a trap to leave up. Yeah, same with that. Let's
What's going on here? What are these slides?
All right, I guess let's check each one, see if we can interact with it. Oh, are we supposed to like put them in like an order? Oh, okay. I guess we are supposed to put them in like a certain order. All right. Let's see. So we got Evil Box. Let me check. Yeah, did this have a clue? The door from the slides. I could see myself behind it, and now it's real and I can open it. The image from the slides is a door. I can get the chain off, but I'm gonna need the key. I need to open it in order to get out. It's also dark. If I can get out, maybe there's a light out there. Okay, that didn't help. Was the recording, did that say anything? Let's listen to that again.
I just saw something weird as fuck. I was out having a smoke because Miss Claire doesn't like me smoking near the books, even though the students do it all the time. When I came back, the slide machine had switched on by itself. Professor Usher once mentioned that the same thing had happened to him, so I thought it was just acting up again. I went to turn it off, and I saw there was a picture of the old archive door projected on the screen. Then the door started to open. I couldn't look away. And when it opened a bit more, I could have sworn I saw the control room from downstairs. And not just that, there was someone in there holding the release lever. It was me. I was in there. I pulled the cable, took the slides, and got the hell out of there. That's all you want, but now, I'm scared to go back downstairs.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, we got the door. Okay, yeah, there's the cable. That wouldn't be last. I don't know what the deal with the box is, though. Yeah, that's... Okay, yeah, he sees himself there. There's the cable. Huh. But the... Yeah, there's the box. Okay, so door in. Some kind of box. Okay, dude holding the key. Cable. Yeah, maybe that's last. Okay, so the key is sitting by the box. Yeah, is this a rearrange the pics to form the story type deal? It seems like it. I'm assuming so. Yeah, I'm assuming door has to be first regardless. Keys on the ground, guy hold the key. Well, can I get a clue at least? Give me a clue. Oh, okay. Let's try that. Okay. All right, that door was unlocked. All right, can we... let me just check and make sure I got that right. Light. Door. All right, I don't think we have it completely right. Okay, so...
That a door? What is it doing there?
Okay, so the door... Oh. Ah. Downstairs. Thank you. Thank you.
I can't believe it. Is this real? Where am I?
All right. Okay, the dude is holding down the door. Hey, handsaw. A light, a metallic, easy to handle saw. I don't even want to think about what I'll need to use this for. Oh my god. Really?
I'm gonna throw up.
All right, we got a severed hand, a hand sawn from a strangely mummified corpse. Whee! It's all wiggly. It's all stiff and rigid. How horrible carrying that. Oh, there's a ring. There's a wedding ring on the finger. Ah. Yes, hand physics. It should flip you off if you flop it around too much. That'd be funny. Or it like it's like a death situation where it just like attacks you.
What have I done? I can't believe this is happening.
Shit, I feel like a bloody serial killer. I have to get out of here. All right, let's, oh. All right, hello, ghost wall. Excuse me. Oh, why do I feel like we've activated that guy to start searching for his hands, like Blue Knees and Madison searching for all the eyeballs. Okay, all right, let's head down to the old archives then, now that we have a hand to help us through. Insta death from screwing around in the item menu too much. Oh, hello.
Am I seeing things?
Maybe. Yeah, insta death by screwing around in the menu too much would be a funny kind of thing. All right, sounds fine. Okay, we have our Heidi cabinet there. Do you remember another horror game where you walk into slide projections to move around between different areas? I could swear I've seen that before, but can't remember where. You know, that does sound familiar. I'll have to think about that. I'm not sure. Oh, here we go. Let's put our severed hand right there. Yeah, you stay there, buddy. Oh, all right. There's a camera. Someone might be watching us. Yeah, like all I can think of, just because of I guess recency bias, is Madison. But that was a little different. Like you use the camera to travel to different places. Like when we were in the church or whatever, we'd take a snapshot of different years to be able to travel to those years and back. Fun little mechanic. What is, nothing here. I'm damned if I know why I'm still searching, but I won't leave before I find something. There's nothing here. Still nothing here. Nothing there either. It's fun. I'm not exactly sure what we're looking for either. Oh, something about the music box. Something about the music box. The AA something or other. Okay, biography of the Legrand family, an old book about the Legrand family, rather the worse for wear. European families, great and small, a compilation of biographies of prominent members of high society. Volume 15, 16, 17, The House of Legrand. The House of Legrand, which later merged with the House of Amsberg, and its ups and downs over the years, the rise and fall of an industrial empire, and the squandering of a legacy by Argos Legrand, last heir to the huge family fortune, who spent his life obsessed with investigating the paranormal, make this one of the most thrilling volumes of this collection. Oh, wait. Got it? Now I just have to find to get out of here fast. Oh, we got it? What did we get? Oh, that's our haikus. I feel like we didn't got it. Now we're just getting all kinds of got it's. We got a new mechanic, I guess. You're sinking. Get out as quickly as you can. To escape, repeatedly press W. They'll try to catch you by the arms. To prevent this, press A and D at the right time. If you don't manage it, you'll have to free yourself by pressing the same button several times. Don't take too long or you'll definitely sink. Ugh.
What just happened?
I don't know.
What's that?
Somehow we got through it. I thought we were gonna fail that for sure. Okay, I guess we did get whatever we were trying to get. Yeah, uh-oh, new stressful minigame, of course. It never ends, apparently. Is this... Ah,
This might have something to do with Husher's investigation.
Let's see. It's a book about Auguste Legrand. A biography, or a collection of articles about him, I think. He apparently spent part of his life traveling the world in search of odd, rare events. Rich people stuff. I don't know.
damn rich
The
people.
biography suddenly ends right after his last journey. It says here, he returned without his equipment, without the huge amount of money he wasted on the project, and with a simple memento of the music he brought home to his little girls, 8-year-old Elaine and newborn Ariadne. And here's a note from Husher that says, see the Archives Events newspaper. Is there a newspaper archive over here?
All right, I guess we're headed to the newspaper archives. All right, so we get to select someone else in the same chapter here. All right, let's see what Omar has to say. Yeah, he's got his reading glasses. I think perfect for the newspaper archives.
Let me go. I know the place. You keep searching this area.
History Department newspaper archive.
I have to find the newspaper Sebastian consulted.
Yeah, we need to get Omar's side of the story since the last lady was so mad at him. Oh, for sure. We do. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be back in like 30 seconds or so. So BRB. And we'll continue on with a bit more of Song of Horror, episode 3. Okay, all right, we are back. Let us continue on and investigate the newspaper archives. The results of the June exams are still printed up. World War I. 40th International Congress of Military History, 31st of August through 5th of September, Varna, Bulgaria. All right, coast is clear. Let's see, 22 International Conference on the History of Science. It was held in Beijing, and I was there sent by the university. Grace loved the present I brought her back. Now I wish we were playing this section as Grace. I wonder if she looked at this and was like, oh my god, that garbage present Omar got me. What a pile of garbage that was. Fire alarm button. I must avoid touching that. Must we? Aw. Alright, yeah, we got... Oh! What do you have to say about this machine, Omar? The coffee machine. They must make enough profit from Grace alone. These newspapers should be available on microfiche by now. How exciting. Alright, yeah, let's just have a walk around first. Without help, I won't be able to move these boxes in a million years. Okay, there's an office in there. Whole bunch of offices. Books about art and art history. It looks like they wanted to transfer them somewhere else, but they haven't. And a bunch of doors. Paper scattered about everywhere, and a broken computer. Anything? Nothing. I wouldn't mind opening a window to get some air in here, but I've got more important things to do. Like, you couldn't take 2 seconds to open the window? Sebastian would never use a computer. I don't think he'd even know how to turn it on. For once, space below a table that isn't filled with junk. I could get under there if need be. Okay, we got a hiding space. Always good to find one of those. What are these notes? They look like random words. Who managed to pull out the telephone cable? Okay, coast is clear with that door. I have to head off, but it's been nice popping in. Hope the rest goes well. Yep, have a good rest of your day, Nicola. Thanks for dropping by. Northern Advertiser. All right, I guess we got to figure out what exactly we're looking for. Wasn't anything. Oh. All right, that one got me. Let's head out of this room for now. No one in the secretary office either. Oh.
The secretary's office sensor is on.
I think a key would do, but the fact is, when there's nobody in the secretary's office, the sensor keeps the door shut to unauthorized people. I don't think the people in the secretary's office are so short of space that they need to keep all this here. Yeah, without the right authorization, the motion sensor outside keeps the secretary's office locked. Let's see, a radio used by a janitor. Great, it looks like the battery cover is stuck. I can't open it. All right, so we gotta find something to... can we shear it open? Are we able to shear it open?
No.
I've never been good at handicrafts. I don't know how to do this. I guess not. It's unbelievable that we use Maxwell's room as a junk room. The poor man has the patience of a saint. So the motion sensor keeps the door closed if there's movement outside. Is that how it works? I guess something like that. Like it definitely picked us moving by it. Which is weird. It had long been known that they were going to do renovations to the newspaper archive. That they weren't going to be finished is another story. For the love of God, where is everyone? Notes from a painter. A note left by one of the painters on a piece of dirty cardboard. I brought the secretary flowers today, and she wasn't there. Nobody was. Where did everyone go? The whole crew was supposed to be here today to paint. If this is a joke, I don't think it's funny.
Cheese it!
Oh. I was... Wrong button. Wow. Okay. That was pretty awful. Moving on. I'm not painting by myself. I'm gonna sit here and bum around until the joke is over. If you're not here by then, I'm out of here. You can tell the boss if you want, and tell him why you think it's funny for all of you to disappear. Just because I was half an hour late. See if he laughs. And there's something on the back. It's not funny. Seriously, it's not. Turn on the lights, please. Turn on the lights. Please. Tools left lying around as though the workers just disappeared all of a sudden. All right, we got a can of red paint. Dried out paint. Paint Tux, professional paint. Made in Spain, keeps at room temperature. Clearly not. It's solid as a rock. And it really sounds as if there's someone or something in here. So the guy showed up for work and assumed that it was a prank, that he was the only one there. Yeah, for showing up half an hour late. Weird prank. Okay. No way, these notes are the professors of the Modern History Department. The last meeting I know they held here was almost 2 months ago. Oh. Hi. That seems like a death trap. All right, let's see if it is. Is this a, in the name of God, what the heck are those pictures? All right, I guess not. That is pretty creepy. I guess we can't interact with the, that at all. All right, we got our radio we need to get the batteries from. We got shears, dried out paint, and our reading glasses. All right, I guess there's nothing else in here. Okay, sounds fine. Looks like we got a kitchen. Omar has lots of background on what was going on in various departments in the university. Yeah, he knows what's up. Oh, looks like some leftover pizza. Maybe we should bring that back to Daniel when we're done here.
There's something on that table.
A mechanical pencil. It's got a sharp point, but I think it's out of lead. Okay, can we combine that with the radio? Right, we got the batteries. A bunch of standard portable batteries. I hope they're not dead. But what the hell are we gonna use the batteries for? Oh. Okay. Let me inspect this table. Yeah, it looks like a hiding place, so we can get that on the old map. Oh my god, it's gone. Or, oh, no, it was like a perspective thing. Yeah, it kind of looked like a person from there, but it's clearly like a hat. That's kind of, like, I like when they, when games kind of do that. Kind of set you up with like something spooky, and it's just like, oh, it's just like a hat or something. we're gonna fail there. All right.
God, if it hears me.
These lockers are for the researchers that use the offices. I wonder who has the keys. Okay, I can't do anything there. Fuck you, Marino. Wow, I see the professor is as popular as ever among the art history students. I think I know who did it. Oh, Grace, maybe? Are we insinuating that?
Uh-huh.
All right, we got a paint roller, a sponge roller used to paint walls and ceilings. Thank goodness the sponge didn't go hard. In fact, it's still a bit wet. Can we...
No.
Yeah, the paint is dry. We know that. All right, door is blocked with a chain. Like a paranoia thing when you see faces or bodies in the environment, even though they aren't really there. That gets me if I'm staying up. Oh. If I'm staying up too late playing games. Yeah, definitely. I remember having that big time. The first time I saw the short for Lights Out, which I think is a classic thing of, you know, that short, like a lot of people who watched it, kind of freaked me out a bit. Very well done. And the common thing that would happen to me then is like, oh, I'd wake up from bed, you know, in the middle of the night. I got to use the bathroom. And then, you know, walk into the bathroom. The brain's like, hey, remember that short, Lights Out? Because, you know, my brain is doing whatever it can to be against me. No facility can be without its junk food machine. Grace loves it, of course. Oh yeah, death trap door. I hear that entity in there. All right. I guess we're not going into that office. Have we been into this one? The research offices are usually closed. Maxwell should have the keys. More books that shouldn't be here. It makes me sick that people smoke in study areas. What the hell are you supposed to do? Study? Ugh. Okay, all right. I guess let's check some doors around this way. Office. Have we been in here? Okay, coast is clear. There's a lock. That office is blocked. How about this one? Need a key.
No.
Oh, all right, that one got me a little bit too. They all think someone else loves the junk food machine. It's true. Oh, great. All right, which one of these stall doors is a death trap?
Oh my! Help me! Oh,
Maxwell,
please.
is that you? Maxwell, it's Professor Nasiri. Are you okay? Can you get out?
No, 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 no! I can't get out. My flashlight is out of batteries. I need batteries.
Oh, we got batteries. Here you go, Maxwell.
Maxwell, I got your batteries.
Oh, thanks. It's so dark in here. So dark.
All right, we got Maxwell's keychain. Keychain with several keys hanging from it, obtained by, from Maxwell, the department janitor. These are keys to the newspaper archive offices. All right. Okay, that door seems like a trap. Doesn't look like we can interact with it though. I don't like this bathroom one bit. Yeah, I want to look at that. I think I know who did this. I hope they stop their nonsense soon.
Oh my!
Nope.
Maxwell?
Oh, come on. Do we go there? For fun? That is so obviously a trap. That is so obviously a trap to kill us. All right. We got the autosave thing. No permadeath. Let's see what happens for fun. I guess that's a fun thing we can do.
Maxwell? Where are you?
Oh. I guess it wasn't a trap. I have been subverted. All right, let's get the hell out of this creepy ass bathroom. And all right, looks like another bathroom. It's not the first time a drain has been blocked. Luckily, the sink isn't overflowing. Yeah, not sure I trust this. So we slid him the batteries and he slid us the keys and we never actually saw him. Yeah, worst bathroom, 0 out of 10. Oh, something to unclog the drain. Can we shear it?
No.
Dipping that. Oh, the paint? The dry paint? The water has softened up the paint. Can of wet paint. All right, let's if I can get turned around here. For God's sake, that's disgusting. All right. Let's get out of these bathrooms forever. Okay, yeah, that was a chain. I know these were locked. Let's see if we can unlock. All right, we are in. These clothes look like the one Sebastian normally wears. One of our microfiche readers looks like it's in good condition. All right, looks like we can use it. We just don't have any. We don't have any fiche. We got to get some fiche, and now we know we can go back there to check out our microfiche. All right, game. Giving me these random jump scares. I don't appreciate it. Yeah, the bathroom ghost's keys work. Very, very kind. Nice that we have a good ghost. Go in, please. There you go. All right. So I'll say, you know, with my previous complaints, I have been enjoying this session quite a bit more. With the you know, not worrying about permadeaths or anything, and outside of like the we had trouble with the at least in this particular chapter, the slide puzzle a little bit, but so far it hasn't been. We're kind of just back to exploring and light inventory puzzles, which is a nice little break. Maybe Sebastian was here. Did he leave those rolls of film on the floor? One of our microfiche readers. That one is also in good condition. All right, let's see. Were there some doors on this side? Okay, yeah, that was a Heidi desk. All right, doesn't appear to be.
What is this? What is it?
All right. Okay, there's some locked doors here.
This is so weird. What was that?
I don't know. Okay, that was like just the exit out. Okay, let's head back down this way. Okay, down this hallway there were some locked doors. Okay. Office. All right, let's check out this one. Sounds clear. head on in. Professor Lowry normally uses this office. The students can't stand her, Grace included. Oh, Grace doesn't like any professors. Dark paintings, very much Sebastian's style. All right, hasty notes. Some hasty notes written by Husher on a tattered piece of paper. Nothing on the back. All right, LeGrant Amsberg, wealthy but fallen on hard times during the 20th century. What happened? Death of Argos LeGrant. Check records and investigate the family, past and present. Heirs, distant relatives? I have to find out about his life, but also his death. 17th of March. Still doesn't give us any, like, dates or what newspapers we should be checking on. Also, what am I using the shears for, and what am I painting? What are we painting? Alright, we got a couple of the puzzle things. We want to, like, paint the sensor, maybe? If I cover the lens in paint, that might work. The only drawback is that the roller hasn't been dipped in paint. Oh, yeah. Let's... Alright, let's dip the roller on in. Alright, we got the red paint going. And let's try that.
At least no one can tell me off here.
Attaboy.
I should be able to get into the secretary's office now.
Sure, why not? I guess that's how that works. Alright, sounds fine. Everything looks like it was just dropped in a rush. All right, plastic key, a small key made of hard plastic. The key belongs to some drawer or cupboard. I know it doesn't open a door. I don't know if we saw anything for that. I wasn't expecting the cupboard to be open, and it's not. Okay. All right. Thank you, Omar. I hate it when I'm wealthy, but fallen on hard times in the 20th century. I know, right? I still don't quite understand the logic behind that motion sensor puzzle, but I'll take it. Yeah, me too. Why not? It's a good old inventory puzzle. If you don't understand it, just bash what you have in the inventory up against it until something works, I guess. All right, we got stuff on the back. Let's take a look here. Department, Newspaper Archives Secretary's Office, 17th of August, name Jill. Room A, Professor Wesk. Room B, Professor Husher. Room C, empty. Incidents/comments. Becca, read this as soon as you see it. Professor Husher is acting weird. He wanders around the archive all day, lost in thought. It's odd even for him, he barely even answers me. Sometimes he carries a music box he winds up every now and then. Mr. Spencer has taken him to task several times, and whenever he does that, it looks as if Husher has just woken up. Then he goes back to his office and spends hours holed up in there. Chris says he's the same at night, if not worse. We think he slept in his office because no one has seen him leave. And William says he heard strange noises that sounded like screams. Excuse me. But when he went to check, no one was there. Today he asked me about the Northern Advertiser archives, a small newspaper from some godforsaken little town from 1913. Okay, that might be our clue then. What the hell would he be looking for there? If you notice anything really weird, call security. No one has seen Max for days, and something tells me that before the holidays are over, something is gonna happen. I have a bad feeling about this. Nobody has picked up this fax, and it's been here for weeks. Okay, so we got a clue. Yeah, we want the 1913 Northern Advertiser. 1913 Northern Advertiser. So now we gotta figure out which, where the heck that newspaper area was. Let's see, break room. Oh, microfiches maybe. That's probably what we're looking for. All right. Let's see if we can find our fiche and get something creepy, I guess. Okay, let's see. Okay, Northern Advertiser, 1980s. That's News World. I hope there's some that go before 1960 in here. Ah, okay. 30s, 40s. So maybe on the other side here. All right. Next one. Ah, okay. Do we use the plastic key on this? The key has opened the drawer. Of course, I'm taking the microfiche with me. All right, a small-scale copy of a set of journalist documents. Without these devices, there wouldn't be enough space in the world to store all the newspapers that are filled here. All right, let's get the hell out of here and see what's on this microfiche. Okay. This one is closest to us. Was there a microfiche machine in here? There we go. Ugh, I know, right? Okay. Oh God. All right. Well, we know it's 1913. Oh. I doubt this machine still works. All right. Okay, that one works. Let me check this again. E. Okay, Northern, yeah, 1913. We don't have an exact date though. Let's see, notes from a painter, hasty note. March 17th, maybe? March 17th, 1913. Let's try that. Okay, 17 March 1913. I'm having high school research project flashbacks. That was the last time I had to look at a microfilm / microfiche. You know, it's fun. I don't think I've ever used like a microfiche machine like in my entire life. Like I remember doing research things, but unless there was like a specific time, like going into like a new, you know, like junior high school or high school, kind of like a library orientation, and then they were like, oh, here's a microfiche machine, but I don't remember. And then I know like in college, we used a lot of those, like they had those research database website thingies that we had to use. All right, let's see if this is correct. Did we get it? Let's see. Oh, we don't. Or did we not get it? Okay, national news, classified, crime reports. Maybe crime reports. Oh, thank God I've done it. I found what Sebastian was looking for. Printed news from the microfiche. News about Argos Legrand's death, printed from a microfiche. Legrand Amsberg family dies. Argos Legrand, the Legrand family heir and owner of the business conglomerate LGA Inc., has died in mysterious circumstances along with his wife and his elder daughter, who was 8 years old. The events took place late last night in the family's holiday home, where they were spending some time in spring after the well-known magnate had been on a trip. Although the authorities have said very little in their public statements and the lines of investigation are open, the strongest theory so far is that the family had been a victim of a violent robbery, with the only survivor being the young daughter, Ariadne. who is safe and sound under the care of police officers. All right, I guess that's it. Do we head back to the, do we get the hell out of here? I guess we do get the hell out of here. All right, we are back here. Very cool. I think once computers and libraries became widespread, they just digitized all that stuff, so it's kind of old-fashioned after about 2000 or so. Yeah. Yeah, and I graduated from high school in 2002, so yeah, it was probably just kind of missed it. So I don't really remember doing any kind of big research stuff prior, you know, in younger grades. Oh, excuse me. All right, let's meet back
There's
up.
Something here. A note from a certain Sylvia that says, Professor Husher, remember to pick up your typewriter and the rest of your belongings from the library desk. This is the university library. If you need your own space, you can use your office. If Husher left documents in there, it may be worth taking a peek too.
I think this is part of what Husher was investigating.
Let me see. Oh God, did you read that? Argos Legrand, heir to the Legrand family and owner of the LGA Incorporated business conglomerate, has died under mysterious circumstances along with his wife and 8-year-old daughter. It occurred last night at the family's holiday home, where they were spending part of the spring after the famous magnate's most recent trip. While police remain open-minded in their official statements and maintain that all lines of inquiry remain open, popular theories suggest that the family fell victim to a violent robbery, leaving the younger daughter, Ariadne, the sole survivor. She is currently safe in police custody. Oh my God, they're all dead. This is a dead end. Husher left some documents at the library. Maybe there's something there. It's all that's left to check.
All right, we got another character select situation. Let's go back to I know we're leaving Daniel alone this chapter. Let's hang out with Grace again.
I'll go take a look. You check out what else is in that notebook.
The Great Library.
It's too quiet, even for a library.
Yeah, nobody's here. Nobody's anywhere, except for the ghost guy in the bathroom. We need to get like around that desk. A half-read medieval history book. I don't think this helps to clarify anything. Well, it doesn't hurt to check. Grace. The Northern Advertiser from 27th of August. It must have had coffee spilt on it at some point. All right, something we need an object to interact with. 2 ancient copies of the Quran. These are historical treasures, and Omar is very fond of them. Great if you need info when it works, of course. These notes have all been crossed out. This doesn't help to clarify anything. Information about the library rules, etc. All super organized, of course. The sculpture is impressive. Everything about the university seemed like that to me when I first got here. I thought I was gonna find answers to so many questions. Yes, but you didn't. You found all of your answers at the candy and coffee machines, Grace. That's where you went wrong. All right, nothing much useful there. Let's head deeper in to the Great Library.
Wait. What?
Shit. Where did that thing come from?
Okay, so are we supposed to use that camera thing? I was trying to look at it before, but I guess can't interact with it until Oh, is this gonna be like a maze of bookshelves we have to get through somehow? Oh man. Yeah, yikes. The Great Library is not so great anymore. And that one's broken. Okay, there's a trap door up there. This all seems very bad. I'm gonna say thank God we are not playing on permadeath mode, because if I did have any of these people alive, they would all die right here. All right, the central area of the library, complete with security cameras of the outlying areas, reminds me of RE2. Ah, yes. God, I love, and I'm speaking more of the RE2 make, since that's the last one I've played and probably the only version of RE2 I'll play, really. Honestly, man, yeah, that police station is so good. The main hall or whatever, I love it quite a bit. Yeah, talking about the remake too. Yeah. a little difficult for me to go back to the old version nowadays. I know some people do, but what are you gonna do? All right. Well, let's just wing it. Anything spooky? Anything spooky over here? Okay, first section of bookshelves clear. We know that's a safe area.
It's getting stronger. Gotta be careful. Oh my god. Okay, I can't let it get me again.
Okay, what'll happen? Are we gonna die? Oh, it is getting stronger. All right, let's rewind that. Okay, so don't go to the left. We start at like the beginning of the library. Okay.
Wait. What?
Okay, so after that point, you can only successfully escape 2 more times, and then that 3rd time you end up dying.
Shit. Where did that thing come from?
Okay, and we probably have to check the footage. We'll do it really quick, at least get the that thing broken, and then we see this trap door thing. Don't know if that's important. And we'll just hit these just in case we're doing some kind of trigger. Okay, all right. Okay, so don't go to the left. Can we squeeze down this way? No, we can't. Well, how the hell do we get over there? Because we can't go that way. And, oh, okay. I don't know why I didn't get that before. Huh. Maybe the caffeine pills can help? Oh, yeah, maybe that would give, extra strength. I'll try to remember that if, we end up running out of, chances here. All right. The university's founder, there are busts of him everywhere. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. We got a camera change. I wonder if there was a way I could cheese it. Like if the camera isn't going to change, like we're walking into the presence. Like around here, is it hidden? We're getting away with a bit. Okay. Oh, what do we have? I see. Why can't I look at whatever that dot is? Unless it's on the other side. Someone has latched the trap door from the other side. I can't move it from here. Okay, so we gotta figure out how to get over there, I guess. Okay, yeah, I see the camera now. That bust can probably teach us about Mazovian economics. Ah, yes. Let's go back to the bust and see if we can become instantly radicalized. Okay, let's head back this way. All right. Okay, photocopy, a poor quality photocopy from a book about Egyptian pharaoh Akhenaten. Let's see, in which Aten was typically depicted as a sun disk emanating a radial series of arms ending in hands. Each hand held an ankh, a symbol of life, and collected offerings. Although no anthropomorphic images, otherwise common in Egyptian mythology, have been preserved, some of these sun disk depictions have been. As part of his religious revolution, not only did Akhenaten get rid of all of such humanoid depictions, he also created, according to many Egyptologists, the first monotheistic religion. He named the pharaoh as the god's sole representative on earth, thus disbanding and discrediting the priesthood. Although all these changes could be explained as a consequence of the turbulent political situation at that time, the truth is that there are gaps in this understanding which scholars have not overlooked. For instance, no one knows why Akhenaten suddenly decided to transform the way temples had been until then, closed, dark, where the concealment of the divine was paramount, into expansive open-air temples, where good lighting was the most important thing. There are also strange depictions where Aten is replaced, or perhaps opposed, by a dark anthropomorphic figure, also emanating a radial series of arms, but in whose hands the ankh does not appear. Sometimes these radial elements or arms do not have hands and have an ending. Well, I'm sure that is related to something. It's difficult to believe that such a calm, tidy place has turned into this nightmare. Omar laughs at me for not knowing that this painting was of Ivan the Terrible. Man, I don't really care. Yeah. Yeah, me either. Who gives a shit, Omar? We're being haunted and hunted and whatnot. Okay, can we... Oh, this looks pretty blocked off. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to fit on through there. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to get up through that trap door. Downstairs here, where it is quite dangerous. All right,
Gotta be careful.
Let's see, can we use these? All right, we downed a caffeine. Okay, can we sneak by this way?
It's gonna stay that way. I don't think I can pull it up again.
Okay, the camera is turned off, but there's an on switch.
One less thing to do. Now I have to check the monitors again.
Oh, we do? All right. Let's check over this way first. All right. Let us go check the monitors. Classic Souls-esque one-way door. Very good. There's our Mazovian friend. Okay, I assume we gotta get over to whatever's on that desk. Or is this some kind of puzzle? Well, I don't know. Yeah, that'd be like down on the right-hand side. Or, oh, maybe left-hand, actually. Probably have to get to the other side of the library and go up through the back way. Okay. Just inching forward. Don't mind me, everybody. Not that way.
Oh my god. Okay, I can't let it get me again.
Not that way. Grace did not make it. Oh man. So it really just sends you all the way back to the beginning of the library. That kind of sucks, but at least we can run through what we did. We know what to do with the trapdoor. And then we run back and then sneak in through the back way and then figure out that whole maze of bad guys. So while it does throw us at the beginning of this, I guess once you figure out how to make progress, it doesn't take too long to catch up to where you're at. But I think we'll leave that for next stream. We put a decent amount of time here. We finished episode 2, and we're pretty deep into episode 3, I feel. I wonder if we're getting close to the end. We've had 3 different excursions through the university. It's mostly gone pretty well. So I think I will just hit save and exit. And tomorrow evening, aka of course as usual, technically today for me, 10 p.m. Eastern, we'll be back continuing Song of Horror, and we'll see how far we get along in that session. That was fun. Got to hang out with some bathroom ghosts. See you next time. Definitely. Have a good evening, Dog Nozzle. Thanks for hanging out. And thanks to anybody else who's popped in to check this out, or who might after the fact. I really appreciate it. Yes, and until next time, everybody have a good evening. We shall see you later. Good night.